share first. We have a respiratory diaphragm inside our body, and in this skeleton, it's a mini skeleton, we have the rib cage area, and the respiratory diaphragm fits inside the rib cage area like a dome. So it's in here like a dome, right? And it has tendrils. It almost looks like a jellyfish, and it has tendrils that come down and run along your spine, particularly down into the lumbar region of your spine. Right? So respiratory diaphragm sits inside the rib cage like this, like a dome inside. That's all I need you to get a good picture of. It kind of looks like a jellyfish with tendrils going down. So take a seat on your chair. Root your feet to the floor. Allow your sitting bones to weight evenly on both sides as you bring your arms up against your body. So from your elbows to your armpits, draw your arms close to your torso so that you can feel your torso touching your arms, and you feel your arms touching your torso. And now breathe. As you breathe, notice on the inhalation that your torso expands laterally into your arms. This lateral expansion is part of the respiratory diaphragm flattening as it descends on your inhalation. On the exhale, it recoils and goes back up into more of the dome shape. See if you can get that image going in your mind. On inhalations, you can feel the expansion laterally, and the expansion laterally is happening because of this dome-shaped muscle. When it's not efforting, right? When it's recoiled, it's domed. When it efforts, it lengthens and the muscle fibers expand and it flattens. This muscle is responsible for 75% of your respiratory effort. It's a major player for breath. Now place one hand at your belly and one hand at your heart. As you inhale, feel that your belly expands on inhalation. And that's because as the respiratory diaphragm flattens and descends on inhalation so that your lungs can fill, it has to displace what's beneath it. So the organs beneath it shift and move. Your hand that's on your belly now, just move it into your back waist. So the hand that's on your belly, just move it to the back of you. And if it's better to use your other hand, because it's, you have the shoulder that won't reach back there, just switch hands. One hand at heart, one hand to the back waist. For many of us, it's a little bit harder to feel that when we inhale, there's a movement in the back of us. This same displacement of organs that happens in the front is happening in the back. When we breathe, it gives this gentle massage and movement to the spine. In fact, it activates very small intrinsic muscles that are essential for spinal health. Stay with it a couple more breath cycles. Try to remain present in your breath, sensing and feeling its movement and its effect on your torso. And now bring your hands to your heart in Anjali Mudra. Keep your heart lifted while you press your thumbs against your breastbone. Just your eyes turn down and take the gaze into your heart. Offer gratitude for our ability to feel our breath and to open to experiencing it. It's the inspiration of our life. Release your hands and open your eyes. All right, lots of arm and shoulder movements to keep the breathing spaces open. So we're going to take a couple big breaths up as you push with your feet, press with your sitting bones, reach out. So it's not just raise your arms, it's reach out to raise your arms. And we call that reach from center, which for this moment is our pelvis, out to the periphery, which are the fingertips, organic extension. Take your arms up to the sky, slide your fingers together, turn your palms open, and then bend your elbows and rest your hands on the top of your head. Breathe. Keeping the hands on top of your head, round your spine just a little bit like a cat, and then inhale and sit up tall. Flex your spine, tuck your tail, move your belly back, drop your head in, and then in breath, rise up. One more time. It's a little mini cat-cow, rocking the spine from flexion to small extension. Good. Release your arms, reach them up and down to your side. Big breath up. I am teaching right, left. I'm practicing right, left, so I might look different than you on camera. Drop your right arm down to the side, tip over to the right, and breathe. Press with both feet, inhale and come up, exhale and release your arms. Reach out, left arm down, tip to the left. Keep anchoring into your right sitting bone. Push with your feet, inhale and come up, exhale, release your arm. Big breath up. Open your arms out to a T. Bring your arms into the front plane, slide your fingers together, turn your palms open so that your palms of your hands face away from you. Keeping your hands exposed, open your fingers a little bit, even though they're staying threaded together. On an in-breath, arms move in a range of motion that works for you, up and down. Just a couple more as you try to slide your fingers apart, yet hold them together. Yeah, things are always trying to pull us apart while we're trying to hold them together. That's life. One more time. Bring your arms down, slide them open, take them big and reach. Exhale your arms down. Bring your hands to your shoulders, tuck your elbows into the midline. On the exhale, drop your head down, chin to chest. Take your elbows up towards the ceiling. As your elbows descend, raise your head. Elbows come up, join together, head drops in, make a circle. As your elbows descend, your head elevates. 2 more times. Last one, breathe with it. Very nice. Release your arms down by your side. Reach up fully. Open your arms out to a T. Bring your right arm in, left arm underneath. Elbows to the height of your shoulders, just your head. I'm turning sideways just to remind you, it's just your head, bows in, and then head lifts up. So when we open to something greater, when we open and we're inspired, right? Do you see it more as a back bend or more as a forward bend? Head up, open your arms out wide. Exhale, release your arms down by your side. Reach your arms up, open to a T. Second arm in, left arm in, right arm underneath. So you're in Garandasana, eagle arms. Breathe. Elbows to the height of your shoulders. Expand from your back to your elbow tips. Small movement now, bowing in. Head drops, just the head, into flexion, and then head lifts just up to neutral. A couple more times. So there's this concept in the system of yoga that I teach in Anusara yoga. One more time. And it's called open to grace. It's the first principle. Head up on top of your pelvis. Open your arms out wide. Exhale your arms down. Big breath up. Root into your feet, into your pelvis. Take your hands back behind you. Root the chair seat down. So with this concept of open to grace, it's, well, what is grace? What exactly are you opening to? And how do you open to it, right? Is it an extension like what we're doing? A big lift of the heart, an extension, is that a moment of opening to grace? Release your arms down. Take a wide stance. Bring your hands to your thigh bones. Tip from your sitting bones. Move your heart forward, forward bow. Yeah, and even drop your head in. Hands can go to the ground. Or is opening to grace a bowing in? Is it turning inward? And there's a possibility that it's both, right? Depending on the moment, depending on what's going on in your life. Bring your hands to your thighs. If they're on the floor, move your heart forward. Inhale and come up. Turn sideways in your chair. We'll be getting up out of it in just a minute. I'm turning to the right. Right leg is on the chair. Right sitting bone is on the chair. Left sitting bone, left thigh bone off the chair. Step your left leg back. You get to pick what back is. Maybe it's way back there and left leg is fully extended because you weren't sitting in a chair for 10 hours yesterday and your hip flexors are good. But if you have been sitting and then you woke up feeling kind of funky, left knee underneath the pelvis. Use your back arm, right arm, to pull the chair towards you. Breathe, move your belly and your ribs back, and then turn your belly towards your front knee. Turn your belly and your left ribs towards your right knee. Push down with your right foot, push back with your left foot. In breath, raise your left arm up. Exhale, lower the left arm down. Step into your right foot a little bit more to step your left foot forward. Bring both legs together. Pivot around to your other side. So now you're sitting on your left sitting bone, your left thigh bone. Your right sitting bone, right thigh bone are off the chair. Step your right leg back behind you. You're coming into a lunge while in the chair. These are big lunges, this shape, because the left thigh bone, the leg that's still on the chair, is parallel to the floor. Oftentimes when we do our lunges, we don't have this line, right? This parallel line. So stepping the right leg back all the way is a big moment because of what the left leg is doing. Use your left arm now and pull the back of the chair towards you. So I'm using a forearm and I'm pulling the chair in to help create stability through the middle of me. Lift up through your belly and then turn your belly and your heart towards your left knee. Continue to step heavy into your left foot as you push back through the right. In breath, raise your right arm up. Breathe. On an exhale, lower your right arm. Bring your right foot forward. Turn to face forward. Step your legs out wide again. Bring your hands onto your thighs. Push down on your thigh bones until you feel weight come into your heels. Often we are ungrounded in our experience, and when we feel our weight, it's huge. We ground the experience of being here. So let the weight move down into your heels and say, yep, I feel weight in my heels, and now let it move out through your toes as you spread your toes and lay them down. Keep moving the heart forward. Just come forward just a little bit. We don't have to go all the way down. And then in breath, right back up. Keep the right hand on your right thigh bone, left hand across. Good, breathe. Keeping the heart moving forward, weight in both heels. Now I know you've got both hands over on the right leg, helping weight the right heel. Imagine you had another hand over on the left thigh, weighting the left heel. Grab it, get it, breathe, and move forward with your heart. In breath and come up. Bring your left hand to your left thigh. Right hand goes on top. Breathe. Stay here for a moment. Get the weight in the heels. It's easy to get it on the left because you have hands on the left thigh. Find it on the right. Keep it. Move your heart forward. Keep weighting your right heel. Keep weighting your right sitting bone. When you do that, you're going to get a stretch through the right side waist. Yeah, some stuff that gets pretty tight. Prohibits full breath. Push with your feet, inhale and come up. Hands to both thighs, walk your feet together, move to the edge of your chair. We have five stand up, sit downs. At any point, you can reach back for the chair so that you don't fall off. Trust your legs, not the chair. Push with your feet, inhale and come up. On an exhale, have a seat. Sit way back there, way back, way back. Good. Let's do that again. 4 more. Push with your feet. Rise up. Exhale, have a seat. So for today, we're keeping our hands up in the air as we go up and down, right? So we're keeping the reach from pelvis to fingertips, even as the hips flex and we touch down. I'm going to say we have 2 more. On this next one, we're going to stay up. Everybody up. And let's stay here. Okay, walk your chair to the top of your mat. So chair's all the way up at the top of your mat. Breathe. And with the chair at the top of your mat, got the chair to the right side of me, right? Top of my mat's to the right. And it doesn't matter where you have yours, right? You're still going to work right, left. Put your left foot forward and take your right leg back. Left foot forward, right leg back. Move your belly back. Move your ribs back. Lift up through your heart as you descend through your tail. Keep your left foot pushing. Work the inner edge of your left foot first. Big toe, ball joint, left inner heel, left outer heel, left baby toe. Press back with your right big toe ball joint and raise your right arm up. Breathe. Second arm is an option, so you can have both arms up in this variation of warrior one. It's a high lunge. On an exhale, return your hands to the chair back. Step together, let's switch sides. Right foot forward, left leg back. Breathe. Move your belly and your ribs back. Stacking your shoulders and your head on top of your pelvis. Root down now into the inner edge of your right foot, inner heel, big toe ball joint, outer heel, baby toe ball joint. Push back through your left foot. Pressing down with your right hand, raise your left arm up and just breathe. Option is second arm up as well. Another breath. On an exhale, hands down, step towards your chair, and then walk away from your chair with your hands on the back to come into L pose. Bend your knees. Feet can be the width of your pelvis or wider. Wider would be just to help your back feel better. You would step your feet out just a little bit wider. Here in L pose, with the knees bent, lift your sitting bones up, spread out your toes, and press your shins in towards one another as you move your upper inner thighs away. Keep your belly, your ribs, and your heart and your armpits lifting up while you press down with your hands. Can you sense the breath back, sides, and front? When you inhale, can you feel the inspiration here? And how you expand with inspiration. Walk towards your chair to come out. Turn your chair around so the seat is now facing you. Seat of the chair facing you, about a foot away from the chair. Hands to the pelvis. Stand on your left foot, put your right foot up on top of the chair, whole right foot up on the chair. Press down into both feet, start with your foot that's on the ground. 4 corners of the left foot, inner edge first, outer edge second. Find the 4 corners of the foot that's on the chair, inner edge first, outer edge second. Keep balanced on all 4 corners of your foot as you raise both arms up. Breathe. Your foot that's on the chair, just lift your heel up. Lower the heel of the foot that's on the chair. Breathe. Raise the heel of the foot that's on the ground. Slow descent. Use an exhale. Lower the left heel slowly to the ground. Next exhale, release your arms down by your side. Step off the chair with your right foot, both feet on the ground. Stand on your right foot, left foot on top of the chair. Breathe. Back foot, inner edge rooting. Back foot, outer edge rooting. all four corners of your right foot rooting into the earth. And when you do that well, you'll feel the tone of your right leg. It'll muscularly engage when you root the foot. Left foot, the one that's on the chair, inner edge first, big toe, ball joint, inner heel, outer edge, outer heel, baby toe ball joint. Keep that. Both feet, all four corners. On an in-breath, raise your arms up. Keep breathing as you move your belly and ribs back. Foot that's on the chair, heel up. On an exhale, lower your heel of the foot that's on the chair. Keep breathing. Articulate through the bones of your right foot that's on the ground and lift your right heel up. Try to go up and not forward. Breathe. Use an exhale and let it linger. Let it take a long time to come out so that your right heel slowly, slowly, slowly lowers to the ground. Wait for another exhale. So you'll probably have a couple breath cycles here. And then arms down by your side. Push with your right foot on the ground. Step your left foot off. Breathe. Reach your arms up to the sky. Out to a T. I'm just turning my back to you so you can see. You stay there. Clasp your hands behind your back. So you just have an arm clasp. Use your knuckle, one of your knuckles. Usually it's the pointer finger knuckle. And draw your tail down to lift your heart up. Draw your tail down to lift your heart up. Breathe. Bend your knees a little bit. Keep moving your heart forward. Hinge from your hip crease, forward bend. Allow your arms to lift away from your pelvis if that feels okay. On an exhale, bring your hands back to your pelvis. Push with your feet. Extend from your hips to lengthen and lift your spine up to tall standing. Release your arms down by your side. Stand on your left foot. Put your right foot on top of the chair. Root into the four corners of your left foot. Root into the four corners evenly of your right foot. On an in-breath, raise your arms up to the sky. Open them out to a T. Clasp your hands behind you in the back plane. Breathe. Lift up through your heart. Continue to lift through your heart. Lift your right heel up. That's the foot on the chair. Lift your left heel up. That's the foot on the ground. Breathe. When things get challenging, it's sometimes difficult to stay open in the front of the body, right? To stay open in a back bend when something's challenging, like two heels up while balancing on a chair. So just breathe. Wherever you are, keep the inspiration flowing. Foot on the chair down first. That's the easy one. Let's do the hard one now. Super slow descent, left heel down. Push with your left foot now that it's on the ground. Step your right foot off. Unclasp your hands. Just let them dangle. Let's reach the arms up. Out to a T and bring them down. Stand on your right foot, left foot on top of the chair. We're on the second side. Reach up to the sky again. Take your arms out to a T and clasp your hands in the back plane. Stay with your breath. Front heel, lift it. Back heel up, both heels up. And now as you stay in this challenging balance, allow your heart to remain open. And if that means you need to put a heel down, well, so be it, right? Then we need to ground again. We can't just always lift to be open to grace. Sometimes we have to get back to the ground. Easy heel first, so heel on the chair first. Breathe. Keep opening through your heart. Use an exhale and take the slowest descent of the right heel to the ground. Once you're rooted in the four corners of both feet, release your arms, step off the chair. Walk back from your chair a little bit, widen your stance, a little bit wider than your pelvis. Bring your hands to your thighs. Come down into a squat. Keeping your left hand on your left thigh, reach your right hand out for the chair. So left hand stays back with the thigh bone, right hand reaches out for the chair. Breathe. Right hand to right thigh. Now left hand reaches forward to the chair. So to reach forward for the chair, it's going to require you to flex into your hips a little bit more, right? So the spine isn't going to flex. You've got to keep the spine extended. So what has to change is the hip joints, right? They've got to flex a little bit more. All right, push with your feet, left hand to quad. So both hands on quads, belly back. Keeping your left hand on your left thigh, take your right hand and reach in a diagonal now. So you're going from right shoulder across the chair over to the left. So you've got a diagonal reach. Keep that. Push down with your right hand, push down with your left hand on your thigh, and turn your right ribs to the left. So we've added a little twist here. Yeah, we're turning open to the left. Right ribs turning left. Turn your ribs back to the earth. Return your right hand to your right thigh. Hope your legs are still feeling good. You've been in a squat a while. One more round, second side. Push down with your right hand to weight your right heel. Let the weight come into the right heel and spread out through the toes. Feel it in the left as well, that you're weighting the left heel. When your left hand leaves your left leg and reaches diagonally to the right, you've got to keep the weight in the left heel. You've got to keep grounding your experience to open to something, to open to grace. Breathe. Turn your left ribs to the right. You can even turn your head, but make it more about turning the ribs, right? Belly moves back. Belly and ribs turn right. Work your left hand back to center, left hand to thigh. Push with your hands, push with your feet, lift up. Woohoo! All right, let's have a seat in the chair. So we'll get out of it again in a second, but let's put the chair to the center, have a seat. Stretch your right leg out long on your mat. Take a big breath up. Breathe in, and as you exhale, forward fold. Left hand to left thigh, push down. You know what that means. Reach out long with your right arm. Eventually, it'll touch something. It'll touch some part of your right leg. It can reach for the foot. It can touch the ground. And now bow in. Drop your head. Take another breath. Use your left hand on your left thigh to push so that you feel weight come into your left heel. Move your heart forward. Inhale and come up. Let's switch legs. So right foot underneath us, left leg out long. Right hand pushing down on your right thigh. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hinge from your hips, forward fold. So yep, it's a hamstring stretch. It's a back stretch. How do we help facilitate greater opening? Breathe. As you breathe, feel the breath in the back of you. When you're in a forward bend, it's easier to feel breath in the back, breath in the sides of you. And because you're forward bending and you can feel your belly on your leg, you probably can feel the breath in the front of you, right? When you inhale, there's movement of tissue. And we want it in all directions so that we're opening in all directions simultaneously. Push with your right hand so that you feel weight in your right heel. Move your heart forward. Inhale and come up. Breathe. Keeping your left foot on the ground, cross your right leg over into figure four. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward. Hands can touch the floor. They can hold on to the legs. Just let your head drop in. Huge outer hip stretch. Once again, a forward bend gives us this amazing opportunity to feel the breath coming into our back. What's behind us? you know, has our back. It's supporting us. It's been holding us our entire life. For each of us, what has our back, what's been behind us, supporting us is different. We'd all answer something different. If I said, hey, what's got your back? Who's got your back? What thing is behind you that's been holding you and mentoring you and supporting you and guiding you? Good. Push with your feet. Inhale and come up. Let's do the other side. Right foot down, left leg crosses over. Big breath up. Exhale, forward fold. So this opening is personal. The open to grace is incredibly personal on every level. Sometimes it's a bowing forward to open to grace so that we get the wisdom from what's behind us, including our past experiences. Push with your right foot on the ground. Inhale and come up. Uncross your legs. Reach your arms up to the sky, out to a T. Hands into the back plane. Grab your chair. Lift up through your heart. Sometimes the opening is through the front of the body when we lift our hearts up to be in service to others. And we boldly go where nobody's gone, and we have the courage to do that because we're inspired. So breathe, be inspired. Release your arms. Push with your feet. Come to the edge of your chair so that you can tip from your pelvis. Stand. Here we go. Push, rise. Exhale and release your arms. Good job. All right, move your chair to the side again. My chair is on the right side of me. It's on the right side of me. That's where we're starting. Chair to the right. My right foot is the closest foot to the chair. Back foot is your left foot. That's the furthest foot from your chair. Turn your left foot slightly in. Turn your right foot all the way open. Reach your arms up to the sky, out to a T. Come into a knee bend. So you're in warrior two. Warriors are very inspired beings, right? Warriors always, not always, man. Sometimes warriors, like lots of movies about warriors that lose their courage, right? And then refind their courage. Next breath, take your hands into the back plane, clasp your hands behind your back, draw your tail down, lift up through your heart. You got to do this. So your rear end goes back to the wall behind you while your heart goes forward. You're forward bending. Keep tracking your front knee. That means you got to push down with your front heel, your right heel, and really squeeze the right inner thigh so that the right knee stays tracking. Forward bend as much as you feel comfortable. The chair's right there, so if you want to touch a hand onto the chair as you go over for stability and support, please do. Breathe. Arms can move away from the pelvis. You're now in a humble warrior position. Your hands are clasped in the back plane. Bring them back to your pelvis. Release them. Put one hand, your right hand, on the chair seat. Push. Move your heart forward. Push with your hand. Push with your feet. Keep moving your heart forward. Lift your torso up, back to warrior two. Arms up. Arms out. Turn your gaze. Look towards your front hand. Release your arms down by your side. Your front leg, turn your feet parallel. Heel toe, heel toe, heel toe, your feet together. Just stand for a moment. That's a pretty big series of shapes you took back to back. Feel what opened from those movements. Feel what opened from you breathing. Let's go to the second side. I'm moving my chair. You could turn around. So you have a choice. You can either move your chair or just turn around. The chair is now to the left side of us. Left foot is the foot closest to the chair. Back foot, right foot turns slightly in. Left foot all the way open to the chair. Spread your toes. Feel the weight now going down from pelvis to heels. Get the weight, ground the experience of you. Reach up through your arms. So when we reach up, this is an inspired moment, right? I often joke like this is like raise your hands like somebody's calling on you in class or they haven't called on you, but you want them to call on you, right? Reach that big. Open your arms out to a T, release your front hip. Breathe. Warrior two. Next breath, arms into the back plane. Clasp your hands behind your back. Now you've got to strongly pull your feet towards one another to hold this shape. As well, root into your front heel and tone your left inner thigh. And you do that by thinking left inner knee broadens, left buttock scoops under. Stick your tuchus out to bring your heart forward. So your rear end's going to move backwards in space so your heart can move forward. Bow as much as you feel comfortable. Your left hand can definitely go to the chair and rest while the right arm keeps lifting up or staying on the pelvis in the back plane. Breathe. Humble warrior. If your arms are in the air in the back plane, bring them back to your pelvis. Left hand to chair seat for everybody. Move your heart forward. Move from your pelvis now to bring your pelvis underneath you so that your torso rises. Reach your arms up to the sky, out to a T. Keep pulling your feet towards one another to stay stable. Turn your gaze, look towards your front hand. Warrior two. Next breath, release your arms down by your side, lengthen your front leg, heel toe your feet together. Take your chair back to the first side. Let's put the back of the chair facing us. Back of the chair facing us. Step back for L pose. Breathe. This shape is halfway between totally bowing in and standing up, right? It's like that place in between. So breathe in this place in between. Legs strong, breath flowing. Heart and head connected. Walk towards your chair to come out. Left foot forward, right leg back. This time plant your back foot and turn your belly and your pelvis towards your front knee. So back foot planted, yep. Belly and pelvis turning a little bit towards your front knee. Let your arms dangle. So you're in the general form of warrior one, Virabhadrasana one. Reach your arms up to the sky. Now the chair is right there. You can always have a hand on the chair back. Arms out to a T, clasp your hands in the back plane, lift up through your heart. Breathe. You could have a hand on the chair back. Hinge forward towards the chair back. Hinge forward. Release your hand clasp, hold on to the chair back. Transition to holding at the chair seat. So slide your hands up and over the chair back to get to the chair seat. Push with your left foot, lift your right leg up in the air, extend your left arm forward. Coming out of the pose the same way you went in. Bend your front knee, reach really far back with the right foot and land. Hands into the back plane, clasp them. You don't have to take both. You could have one hand still on the chair back. Push with your back foot, inhale and come up. Release your arms, step together. Breathe. Second side, standing in the right foot, left foot back. Virabhadrasana one. Front knee bent, pelvis oriented to the wall that you're facing. So for many of us, that means we have to turn the left side of the pelvis and the belly a little bit to the right as we draw the right side of the pelvis back. Reach your arms up, could just be one arm, out to a T, clasp your hands behind your back. Lift up through your heart. Remain inspired. On the exhale, bow. Keep the breath flowing. It is your source of inspiration. Unclasp your hands from the back plane. Hold on to the chair back. Slide your hands down to the chair seat. Weight shift into your front foot to pick your back leg up. Left leg up, right arm forward. Breathe. Returning to warrior one. Bend your front knee. Right hand down. Left leg reaches back to land. Long back leg reaching back. Hands to the chair back. Option is both hands or just one hand into the back plane. Clasp the hands. Open your heart even though you're bent over. Widen from your heart to your collarbone. Really push with your back foot to inhale and come up. Exhale, release your arms. Step together. Step back, L pose. Breathe. Walk towards your chair. Stand by your chair. We're heading down to the floor. Got to practice our lunges first, though. So standing on your left foot, right foot back, lunge, right knee down. Pick your right knee up, step together, left leg back. Left knee towards the earth. Maybe it touches, maybe it doesn't. It's okay. Just work in the range that's right for you. Step together. One more time each side. Step back. Back knee touches down or hovers in the range that's best for you. Last time, front knee and ankle tracking, back knee down, torso tall, and rise. Pick your leg that goes back. We're going down for good. So one leg back, knee down, second knee down. You're kneeling. Move your chair out of your way. Come onto your back. Lay down on your back. All right, on your back, draw your right knee into your chest. Stretch your left leg out long. Keeping your left heel rooted, put your right foot on top of your left knee and open your right arm out to a T. Breathe. Turn your pelvis to the left. So you're dropping into a twist. Pinky toe edge of your long left leg is pushing down onto the ground. Left hand guiding the left knee, left hand guiding the right knee, right side of the pelvis to the left. Breathe. Now turn from your belly to the right. Belly and ribs turning while pelvis and knee hold their place. Option, turn your head to look right. Inhale everything back to center. Stretch your legs out. Breathe, feel. Bend both knees, feet flat on the floor. Left knee to chest. Stretch your right leg out long. As you press down through your right heel and the whole back of your right leg, use your strength to hug your left knee in a little bit more towards your chest. Place your left foot on your right quadricep. Use your right hand to steer your left knee. Take your left arm out to a T with the palm open. Breathe. Using your right hand, begin helping guide your pelvis and your knee and your right leg to the right. So pelvis, legs turned right. Use the pinky toe edge of your right foot, press down. Breathe. On an exhale, allow your belly to nestle back towards your spine. Turn your right ribs, right side of the belly to the left. As you keep breathing, eventually you turn your head to look left. Inhale everything back to center. Bend both knees, hug both knees into your chest. And now place your feet flat on the floor. Take both knees over to the right and lay on your right side. So completely lay on your right side. You may need a pillow or a blanket underneath your head so it doesn't feel awkward. Stack your arms straight out from your shoulder girdle. So arms are stacked like a lot of us are from Florida, so we'll call it the gator chomp, right? Both hands stacked like a gator chomp. And then take your left hand, reach it longer than your right hand. So left hand is on top, left hand reaching longer than the right. Keep your left hand on top of your right hand, but now begin sliding your left hand back along the length of your right arm. So left hand stays connected to right arm as it slides from your fingertips up towards your armpit. Left hand sliding towards your chest. Keep your left hand moving across your chest so it's touching you. Allow your right ribs to turn open. Turn your head and then extend your left arm out to the left. So now both arms are out like in a T shape while you're in this twist. Keep your legs squeezing together. Bend your left elbow. Slide your left hand across your chest. Eventually, your left hand, as it continues its journey, will move across your right arm. When it hits your right hand, take your left hand longer than your right hand. Reach beyond. Reach beyond. Good. One more time. Coming back across. Left hand taking a journey across your right arm. Eventually, your left hand moves across your chest. Left arm unfurls onto the mat. Both arms will be in a T shape. Breathe. You're in a side lying twist. Knees are to the right. Ribs are turning left. Fold your left arm. Take the path once more across your chest. Journey across your right arm with your left hand. Reach beyond your right hand. And then release. Bend both elbows so your hands are tucked in Anjali Mudra by your chest. Squeeze your legs together. And we're going to flip over to the other side. So flip over. Land on your left side with your knees tucked up. Stretch your arms out long, straight out in front of your shoulder girdle like a gator chomp. Breathe. From your armpit of your right arm to your right fingertips, reach your right arm longer so it moves past your left hand. On an exhale, draw your right hand across your left arm. Keep contact with your skin. Move your right hand across your chest, actually touching your chest as you turn open to the right. Right arm will open and unfurl. The arms will end up in a T shape, palms open. Breathe. Fold your right elbow. Track your right hand across your chest. Track your right hand across your right upper arm, gliding across your lower arm, across the palm of your left hand. And now reach beyond. Your right hand is reaching past your left hand that's on the ground. One more time. Sliding your right hand across your left arm, across your chest. Turn open into the twist as you unfurl your right arm to the ground. Keep breathing. Is a moment of opening to grace, a position where we're open like we are in this moment. Bend your elbow, track across with your hand. Or is it any moment along the journey, right? Even to where we've closed and we've reached beyond with the right hand. Bend both elbows. Tuck your knees, roll onto your back. Draw your knees into your chest. Option is to peel your head, neck, and shoulders up. So you could be tucked up like a nice ball. Most important, breathe. Release your head to the ground. Bring your feet to the ground. Stretch your legs out long. Bring your arms down by your side, palms open to the sky. Or is a moment of opening to grace here? Rest.